Last time we looked at inequalities and how to test inequalities and graph them. And today we're going to solve equations with inequalities. Oops. Inequalities. So I guess they're not technically equations because they're not equal to each other, but just a review of how to solve equations. Let's say we have 2x plus 5 equals 15. You would solve this equation by subtracting 5 on both sides. So you're going to get 2x equals 10, and then divide by 2 on both sides. So you'll get x equals 5. Right? This is how you solve equations. And there's only one answer for this equation. And again, you can check your answer by plugging it back in. 2 times 5 is 10, plus 5 is going to be 15. Okay, and there's only one answer, x equals 5. And that's it. There's no other number that will make this true. But for inequalities, there are going to be lots of different answers. So for example, if I have 2x is greater than 6, this is going to be true when x equals 4. Right? When x equals 4, this side is going to be 2 times 4, which is 8. 8 is greater than 6. It's also going to be true when x equals 5. Right? This side is going to be 10, and then 10 is greater than 6. Right? So it's going to have lots of different solutions. All of these are solutions for this inequality. Okay, so that's the difference between equalities and inequalities. For inequalities, there are going to be lots of different solutions. And we're going to learn how to find those different or all the possible solutions of an inequality in this video. Now, if you have an inequality like this, 2x is greater than 6, the way you solve for x is actually the same as you would do when there is an equation. So for example, if I had 2x equals 6 here, what would you do to solve x? Well, you will divide both sides by 2, right? And then you'll get x equals 3. And in fact, you'll do the same exact thing here, except instead of the equal sign, you'll get the greater than sign. So you will divide both sides by 2. The 2's will cancel. And then instead of having x equals 3, we'll get x is greater than 3. Okay, so this would be our answer. Now, what does this mean? This means that any number that's bigger than 3 is a solution. So x equals 4 is a solution. X equals 5 is a solution. X equals 6 is also a solution. X equals 100 is also a solution. All of these are greater than 3. So these are all okay. But the numbers that are less than 3, so for example, x equals 0, x equals 1, x equals 2, these numbers are not okay. These are not going to be a solution for this. And you'll see if you plug in 0, 2 times 0, on the left side you get 0. 0 is not greater than 6. And also if you plug in 1, you'll get 2 on the left side, and 2 is not greater than 6. Right? So all of these numbers are not going to work because they are all less than 3. But all of these numbers are going to work because they are greater than 3. Okay, so this is how you can solve inequalities. Basically, you're doing the same thing, except instead of the equal sign, it's going to be the inequality sign. Okay, let's try another example. let's say we have 3x plus 4 is greater than or equal to 31. And if x is x equal to 10 a solution? Okay, so there are a couple of ways that you can do this. If you just want to find out if x equals 10 is a solution, then you can just plug the 10 in there and see if it works. But let's actually solve this in a better way, where we can actually see all of the possible solutions. Okay, so let's solve this inequality just like we would an equation. So subtract 4 on both sides. Then we'll get 3x is greater than or equal to 27. Okay, and then divide by 3 on both sides. Then we'll get x is greater than or equal to 9. Okay, so now this is our answer. This is our answer, but it's an inequality, meaning that all the numbers that are greater than 9, or the number that is equal to 9, which is 9, are going to be a solution. And if you look at this question here, is x equals 10 a solution? 10 is greater than 9, right? 10 is greater than 9, so that means it is going to be a solution because it fits our test here. However, if the question is asking, is x equals 3 a solution? Then this is not going to be true because 3 is not greater than 9. Okay, and just as a bonus here, let's try and graph our solution. Okay, so we start at 0. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, our number line needs to be longer. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, etc. Let's not concern ourselves too much about the negative numbers yet, but we put a circle on the 9, and it's going to be a filled in circle, right? Because it's equal to, it's greater than or equal to, and because it's greater than 9, our arrow is going to go this way, right? It's greater than or equal to 9, so it's going this way. Okay, so that's how you can solve inequalities. It's basically the same thing that you're doing for equations. So treat this as if it was an equal sign, but remember to keep that sign in your answer as well. Do not substitute that sign for equal sign in the answer. And you need to know, once you get the answer like this, you need to know what does this mean. Okay, this means that any number that is greater than or equal to 9 is going to be a solution for this inequality. Okay, so while equations or equalities have only one solution, inequalities have many solutions.